afternoon, good afternoon. All right, welcome back. Elaine Proby here, CEO of Proby's Tax and Accounting and Tips from Elaine's Desk with our weekly conversation, guys. So welcome back, welcome back. Hit like and share on this video. Happy Tuesday. That's right, happy Tuesday. We're going to have a good time today, guys. This topic, 3 things to do when customer or your client is wrong. And so this is going to be a real exciting topic today. So you guys hit like and share on this video. Hi, Kuniak. Thanks for jumping in. You guys pay attention. This is really serious. We all need this information. How do we deal with an irate customer? How do we deal with a customer or a client that is complaining? So this is what we're going to talk about. 3 things to do when the customer is wrong. And you know the whole story about the customer is always right. And we hear that this in older age, it was on forever and ever. Everybody says the customer is always right. You know, there's a reason why that's being said, because of course you need the customer, you need the clients in order for your business to sustain. But however, there are times when you might think the customer is not right. You might think that they're wrong, but there are ways that you need to deal with this. You got to deal with it very delicately to make sure that you don't handle it in such a manner that, one, you lose the relationship that you have with the customer. Okay, so let's jump into these 3 points. 3 things to do when the customer is wrong. All right, so first point today, guys, is you want to, number 1, address the complaint very quickly. So this is the deal. If you get a complaint, a customer calls in, please don't sit on it. Please don't let it sit there and, wait forever for you to address this. You want to make sure that you address the complaint very quickly. Now, if they call in or if they show up or if you happen to be on the scene right away, you need to stay calm. You need to be kind to the customer, right? Because, we have a tendency to think that, okay, they are irate or they're upset and it, might be their fault, or we might think it is. But at the same token, you cannot make that customer feel like it's something that they have done wrong before, one, you listen to the story. So you have to acknowledge that there's an issue. If they tell you something is wrong, okay, acknowledge that something is wrong. Something just wasn't right about whatever it is that you were doing. So you want to address that. You want to stay calm. You want to let them explain. You want to ask them questions about what the situation was, let them explain to you, and then you want to make sure that you're listening. Sometimes if you feel like they're wrong about it, you might be looking like you're listening or acting like you are, but you want to make sure that they know that you're listening. You want to ask questions. You want to get some clarity. And, sometimes we all notice, right? Some people just complain because they're having a bad day. This happens all the time. And so everybody does not know how to handle their day being, a little disruptive. So a lot of times people will go places or they'll come to your establishment. And of course, they're already having a bad day. So they're not going to be satisfied with too much, right? Everything that is going on is probably going to be wrong to that customer. However, we can't condemn what they're doing. We can't condemn their behavior because we don't know. And we always say this, we really don't always know what's going on in their lives. So of course, if they're complaining because they're having a bad day, certain things going on in their life, you want to be compassionate and you want to be understanding. And so you want to listen, and so you could treat the problem as accordingly, okay? And as quickly as possible, right? So this is super important, guys. And it's very, very, very delicate the way you handle this kind of stuff. Everyone has complaints. Every business has this situation. It's not just your business that people are complaining all the time. Every business will have customers or will have clients who are not going to be satisfied, who are going to have a complaint, okay? And then sometimes the thing is not as serious as you might think, but just think about this. To that customer, that was a serious thing. To a client, it was very serious to them. Okay, so whatever their understanding and their process of that stuff, it is super serious to them. So don't feel like, well, it's something very simple, so it shouldn't be serious. All right, so that's the first point. You want to address it very, very quickly. All right, so that's point number 1, guys. Hit like and share on this video. Those of you who's watching, hit like and share on this video. All of us who has a business, customer, clients, there's always going to be complaints. No one is going to be 100% satisfied. No matter what you do, you're not going to make everybody happy. All right. So let's move into our second point today. And this one is you want to listen completely to the complaint. Now, sometimes a client is complaining or a customer is complaining, and you just don't feel like hearing it because you think that maybe they're just complaining to be complaining and you don't see anything to be complaining about. You want to, though, pay attention and you want to listen to the whole story. Let them tell you what the problem is. Pay attention to what the problem is and listen to the whole story. And you want to make sure that you handle it, again, very delicately. So while they're talking, I want you to listen. Don't interrupt, right? Don't even look like you're disgusted with what's being said because they will pick up on that and they know that you're not really paying attention. So make them finish, right? Make them finish whatever the story is. You have to do this, guys. And please don't interrupt the conversation that they're giving you. Let them explain themselves. Let them finish. And you have to make sure that you understand and they understand everything that you're saying when you explain to them, or you are understanding what they're explaining to you. So you want to make sure that if you're not clear of what it is that they're trying to tell you, guys, ask questions, ask them to explain it. Correctly from the very beginning. Again, the customer that's all they know is what's going on with them at the moment. Nothing else really matters as far as they're concerned, right? Show empathy. Show that you're sorry about what's going on and you empathize with them or empathize with the situation, whatever is going on, and you want to solve the problem. So they need to know that you want to solve the problem, right? So even if you disagree with what they're saying, show them that you care, show them you wanted to solve the problem, and you have to make sure that they understand this process. All right. So then what you want to do is look at the issue, and then you want to make sure that, look, whatever happened, look at it as an opportunity to correct things and thank them for telling you that something was wrong, because it might be something that you have to pay attention to that you may not have been paying attention to in the future. So everything you don't have to look at it in a negative way. You might be upset, but of course they might be telling you some issues that you need to fix and you need to correct for the future of your business. And you're going to want to thank them for this information. Okay. All right. So this is the point number 2. So listen completely, get the full story, make sure you understand what they're talking about, and then make sure that you emphasize with the situation. Okay. And so this is one way that the client is going to, number one, just be calm. They're going to completely calm down because they know that it matters to you and that you are paying attention to what their needs and concerns is, right? So, hey, Joan, thanks for jumping on here. Good afternoon, Joan. Good afternoon, Lerner Smith. Thank you for the hearts. Deborah, how you doing? Thanks for jumping in. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, so we're talking about 3 things to do when a customer or client is wrong. Okay, and so that second point right there, guys, make sure even if you disagree, you're going to listen to them and realize that that's the only thing that matters to that customer at this time. And then let them know that you're going to solve the problem. You want to solve the problem, and then let them see that you're taking care of it. Okay, so that's my second point. And now let's move on to the third point. If the customer is wrong, the third point you want to do is focus on the solution. First thing, usually what you want to do is say, okay, this is what the problem is. And a lot of times there's a miscommunication that happens, right? Customer may have gotten some information that they misunderstood. So when they come into your establishment or come into your business, they probably came with a different idea and they probably missed the whole thing. Maybe it's on your website, maybe it's a sale, maybe it's a different price on there. Whatever the situation is, they may have just misunderstood. And then even if they were told, they probably, there's miscommunication. So this is what's going to happen. So you want to focus on the solution. So apologize, let them know, okay, good. If that you didn't understand what's going on there, make sure that you explain it to them, make sure that it's clear, make sure they get it so that they understood, okay, so this might have been a misunderstanding here, but this is really what it should be. Let's say it's a price issue or whatever. Let them know that that's what that is. And then you want to work on making it right. So a lot of times I know a good way that we handle stuff is like, okay, what it is, especially in a restaurant, what it is that I can do for you. And then, so we can fix this problem right now. Again, guys, it doesn't matter what you think. And if you feel like they was wrong about everything, the whole idea is not to really pinpoint the fact that you think they're wrong, but you want to make sure that they misunderstood the situation. So they're wrong about it, but you're not really going to, like they say, nail them to the cross about it, but you're just going to explain so that they can really get it right, okay? Make sure they understand and make sure you fix it and see what you could do for them to make it easier. And, of course, take care of that so that it doesn't escalate. See, and this is the way you approach it, the way you talk to the customers, the way you handle a situation, you can keep it from escalating and going to a whole nother level, because this is what you don't want to do. You want to maintain the relationship with the customer or client. You want to maintain that relationship. Okay. So the way you fix it, their assumption of the situation is what it is that they formed in their head, and you're not going to change that if you escalate the problem. And sometimes we have a tendency to do that because we react, right? We react. So you have to stay calm so you don't just react in a negative way and upset the client even more so. So understand, apologize, fix the problem, and move on. And you're going to maintain that client or that customer 9 out of 10 times, they will come back. Okay. So 3 things to do when the customer is wrong, guys. These are my 3 points. Norman Strong has a comment on here. So I'm going to put my beautiful little, I don't know where those red ones are. Customers feel that because they're spending money with you, they can treat you any kind of way, like calling you after business hours. Right. So you do have those customers, of course, that don't respect your business hours. And again, the way you handle that. So it's just nicely state that, okay, at this time, I'm not able to deal with that problem, but first thing in the morning, I will take care of you. Right. They have to understand and they have to respect that, because we had conversations here where we said that you have to come to the end of day, the end of work day, and you have to turn it off. Right. We talked about that for us to remain sane, us to stay focused, us to have a break. You have to turn it off. So if you have a time that your business hours ends, we have to be able to remove ourselves from the situation and depart. And any customer that is concerned about your well-being, because they want you to be there to service them, they're going to understand that process. They're going to understand. Now, if there's an emergency, I get it. If there's an emergency, like in our business, if there's a client who now have forgotten that they needed to get a tax return or a financial statement somewhere in the morning, or for whatever reason, and there's an emergency, so of course we'll go out of our way and make that happen. They are going to appreciate that. But again, it's not just a continuous situation that the customer comes with. So yeah, there's exceptions that you will make to those rules. There's things that's going to happen that they may not remember that they needed at a certain time. And of course, you want to satisfy that customer and maintain that relationship. So yeah, you will do some things even after hours, but it can't be a regular habit. Okay. And let's see what Norman Strong says. He said you can't go shop after Costco is closed. Absolutely, you can't go shop after Costco is closed, right? So what are they going to do though? They're going to look for a 24-hour place and try to go there and get that product. Okay, so let's see. I need to keep this on. I've lost customers because I didn't answer after hours. Okay, well, I think if they have no respect for your time, and I think if the customer is going to go elsewhere, then maybe 2 things that might be is the fact that you have not probably established a strong enough relationship with these customers. Because generally, if you have a great relationship with your customer and they love the kind of work you do, they really respect you, for the most part, I guarantee you a lot of those customers is going to understand and they're going to stay. Now, if in fact that relationship is not as good, as not as tight, and then you cannot service them, and it's after hours, it's not an emergency, and they don't quite get it, and you lose that customer, then of course that relationship wasn't strong in the first place. And so those things do happen. Let's see, Shiraz says something here. She says your screen is frozen. Okay. Hi sis. Hi Lorna. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, is it on now? Are we good, Shiraz? Let's see. I see myself. How is it doing right now? Okay. How is it doing right now? It's in the stream with audio. Huh? Is it good right now?
Yes, you're good. You're good now.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. Okay. All right. She said my screen was frozen a minute ago, so I don't know really what happened there. Hi, Elaine Proby. Thanks for jumping in here. Okay. Thanks for jumping in, Norman Strong. Trying to see what you said there. Okay. It is blank. Okay. We're back, right? Okay. Good. Cognac. You said the screen is black. Okay. Is it good now? Are we here? All right, Risha, Utah Smith, thanks for jumping in here. Okay, guys, so we're talking about 3 things to do when the customer is wrong. And I was responding to Norman Strong, where clients are not respecting his hours. And of course, like I said, if the relationship is great, most of these customers are going to be just Fine. Okay, so it's blank. Is it still okay? It's going off and on. I don't know what that is. Okay. All right, let's
Yeah,
see.
unfortunately, we can't see you, so I just took you off to try to see. The first time I did it,
Uh-huh.
it came back up, but this time it didn't do it. So maybe you
So
should try it on your end.
I'm not on the screen right now.
No, it's completely a black screen. There you go.
Wow.
Now it's back.
It's back.
Yes, it's back now.
Okay. Can't see
So we
you,
can
but can hear you.
yeah, we
So
can
am I
go with
back
the
now?
recap. We can go with the recap now that we can see you.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, Joan said it's good. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, okay, now we can see you. I know you guys want to see me. I want to see you too. Okay. All right, so let's recap our 3 things when the customer is wrong, what we need to do. Customer client is wrong, what we need to do. All right. Hi, Alric. Thanks for jumping in here. All right. So the first point now, like we said, customers sometimes they are going to the whole adage about the customer is always right. No, sometimes they are really wrong, right? Truly wrong. But then we have to address that. So the first point we want to do is we want to make sure that we address the complaint very quickly. As soon as they tell us something is wrong, we want to address it right away. We want to stay calm and we want to be kind and we want to make sure that we acknowledge there's a problem. They said there's a problem. That's all they know, that there's a problem. So we need to do that. And I'm telling you, sometimes, like they say, some customers, because they're having a bad day, they are just going to complain about everything. You know what I mean? I was in a restaurant one day and there was a customer who was complaining. And so I was talking to her and another lady was sitting there and she said to me, she says, you know what? Her waiting to her is a problem. She said, I have a real problem. I had to just take somebody home who the doctor said is going to die very shortly. She said, that's a problem. And I'm sitting here, I'm not complaining about the wait. And she said, sometimes you have bigger problems than those that are complaining, but of course they don't know. So there are those people who are going to do that. But again, that does not negate the fact that we don't have to address this. We have to address it quickly and we have to address it very nicely. Second point, listen to the complaint. Point number 2, listen to the complaint. Let them tell you the story. All right, pay attention and make sure that you understand exactly where they are going with the complaint. So listen to all of it. They know if you're paying attention. And then even if you disagree with them, you have to listen to the whole story. And then the third point is you want to focus on the solution. Find a solution to the problem. Find out what it is that you can do to make it better. You want to apologize. And if they have misunderstood your whole process, they misunderstood what the rules were, they misunderstood what the pricing was, whatever that is, guys, if that is the case, explain it, get past it, try to resolve it, and then make sure that you maintain the relationship with that customer. Very important, because again, like we know how our business get built, one customer tell another customer and one client tell another client, and this is how our business grow. I built my whole business off people just telling other people. So I don't want an irate client that I haven't repaired what went on with them, because that could lead to 15 more clients down the road. Okay, so our business, our referral, and again, of course, what the word that people spread. So of course you want to make sure that you solve the problem. All right, so Alric had something to say. Let me see what he said. Alric says, yeah, because you freeze with your hands up. Alric, I love you there. I know you was on your way over here. Okay, great. So guys, that's my 3 points today. I just love this topic because we have this on a daily basis. Okay. And everybody wants to know, how do you deal with these customers? So this is great. All right. So with that said, guys, I want to remind you guys to go to elainesdesk.com for all this very important information on there. Guys, you have a business. If you want to start your business, if you want to take your business to the next level, you want to figure out how to maintain your customers, we talked about, you want to make sure that you can increase that business, increase your revenue, and continue to build. There's a lot of information there. And again, if you want a personal conversation with me, guys, make sure that you set up that appointment. I've helped a lot of business set them all up from the very beginning. I've definitely consult with them all along, did all their taxes, did their consultation, did all their accounting, and keep them in compliance. And these businesses are making millions of dollars, guys. So I can definitely share this information with you. So don't look, don't not call and make your appointment if you need clarity. Go to probistax.com and go to that calendar and make your yourself an appointment, okay? Or call the office, 323-290-9034, and you can get all of you have them put you on calendar and you can get all of your questions answered, okay? And if you still need to do your tax return, those deadlines are coming up September 15th, October 15th, November 15th. Make sure that you call our office and get on calendar, send your information in. No matter where you are, you can do your taxes remotely. Go to our website, upload all your documents. Everything is done remotely. You don't even have to come into the office, okay? We'll take care of you. There's a lot of qualified representative at Proby's Tax and Accounting can take care of you guys, okay? So I think that covers it. I'll be back on Thursday. What are we talking about on Thursday? Join us back here on Thursday. 3 ways to stay focused and avoid distractions. Okay, so we're back with the staying focused and avoiding distractions. You know who needs this more than anyone else is me. Stay focused and avoid distractions. So I'm sure you guys can use this. So come back here on Thursday at 1 p.m. and we will have another conversation about staying focused and avoiding distractions. I think that's it. With that said, you guys, thank you all for joining in. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. And with that said, you guys take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of yourself. I always say that wrong. All right.